Should you refinance your house? You have some equity into it and you need money for, let's say, a project. Maybe you want to redo your kitchen. You might want to buy a new car. Or maybe with the current inflation, you just depleted your savings and you need money to just keep it going. Whatever the reason, should you refinance your house? This is what we're going to discuss today in this video with a real concrete example. So everybody, I'm Anne, the little Frenchie in Big Texas. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I do a bit of everything on my channel. A bit of homesteading, homeschooling, shopping in the stores, world news, travels. It varies. So if you're interested, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. But let's get into it. Refinancing your house. And let's take a very concrete example here because I keep receiving these emails nonstop. So I'm in the Greater Houston area. So Texas, as you know, is a hot market and prices have increased quite a bit in the last few years with a lot of people coming with cash from California. So the real estate market went up. And I'm receiving refinancing emails from my loan company here on this house. That's the first one. They know exactly how much I owe, the cost the price of the house. So they want to refinance. I must get at least 3 emails a week, even offering to pay $500 toward closing fees and so on. They're all for it. But that's not the only one. Even other banks, they keep sending me emails. Do you want to refinance your house? Do you need cash? We're here to help. Yeah, are they really here to help you or to make money? That's the question, right? So, concrete example. Let's take a house, $200,000 house that you bought 10 years ago, 200K. You financed it. You didn't have enough cash to pay cash, so you financed it 10% down, so 20K, and you financed 180. So 10 years ago, interest rates were lower than they are now. Let's say about 4%. I think it was 3.5 to 4% if you have good credit over 20 years. So let's say 4. So 10 years, during 10 years, you repaid some of your principal slowly because initially, you know, the first years it's mostly interest, but still you paid some principal. So maybe you still have, I don't know, 140 left out of the 180. Let's try to just round number and make it easy here. But it's been 10 years. And if you are on a hot market like Texas, the house is no longer worth 200K. Maybe right now, 350. So you have a $350,000 house. That's what it's valued. And you have a principal of 140 left. That's quite a bit of equity, right? So quite easy if you have decent credit to refinance it and get some equity back, maybe 100K, not the whole amount, just partially 100K, which makes you owe, if you do it, 240 out of a 350 house, the way it's valued right now. Should you do it? So right now, I mean, you've got a 20-year loan. You only owe money for the next 10 years at 4%. If you borrow mine now and refinance, of course, you're going to have a closing fee and so on. Even so, they offer to pay $500. It's going to be more than that. But you also increase the length of the loan. Now you only have 10 years to go. If you borrow 20 years, it's going to be 20 more years. Interest rates have changed. So it was 4% before, fixed. Now if you get fixed, I don't know, I'm guessing 7% with good credit, can be more. It can be variable, which is always a risk because you don't know what tomorrow will be like. If we're going to go toward 12% or you never know. But in any case, 7% is a lot more than 4. So it means also higher monthly payments, higher principal to repay, higher interest rates. That loan is going to cost you money, quite a lot more money than what you had. It's going to prolong the length over time. So if you were looking at retirement in 15 years, well, maybe it's going to have to be 20 because you're going to have to repay that loan, right? And then, is the house market going to stay hot? Is the house going to still be valued at 350? We never know either. Right now, with the current uncertainty of the economy, who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's so hot right now in Texas. Maybe the Californians are going to decide, oh no, it's too hot. I'm leaving Texas. I'm going somewhere else next. Who knows? And the market is just going to go down and your house might be just worth 300. And then if you're 240, it's pretty close, right? So should you do it? My advice here is to not refinance. When I see all these emails, I'm really thinking, no, you're not trying to help. You're trying to make money, because all this is more interest payments to the bank. They're making money out of your loans, and that's how they get most of the money. And if you're in trouble and you cannot repay, whatever tomorrow will be like for you, you never know. You've got so many stores closing, companies laying off. If it happens to you, how are you going to repay? A higher monthly payment over a longer period of time. It's all a lot of risks here, refinancing. So if you have the option, because maybe you don't, maybe you really need the cash. I mean, that's unfortunately can happen. But if you have the option and you can not do it, I would strongly encourage you not to. Not to. On the contrary, try to repay your loans. Pay all these credit cards, debt you can have, very high interest rates. Get rid of your loans, of all these debts you have. Start with the highest interest rates and go down if you can, which is not easy in today's environment, today's inflation, when you try to already finish the month. I understand. But yes, be careful when you get these emails from your bank, or whichever bank or financial institution trying to help and give you some cash out of the equity of your house. Think about it twice. And if you can, don't do it. That would be my advice here. So just wanted to share, because when I see these emails coming in, I'm like, oh gosh, I wonder how many people fall for it. And I hope you don't. So if you find it useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you all for watching. Be safe and be prudent with your financials. And I'm by no means a financial advisor here, but just do a little search here on Google. Best time to refinance your home. So you've got tons of different websites, but here, see, refinancing is generally considered advantageous if you can drop your existing rate a full percentage point lower than what you currently have. And right now, given the rates, there is very little chance you're going to drop any of your rates. So it's only going up. So look a bit at all these articles. I mean, as long as they're not coming from a loan company, let's keep it neutral. But that's actually a good rule of thumb here, because you need to compensate for the closing costs. And to compensate for the closing costs, you need to decrease your rate. So that is the lesson. No financial advisor either here, just a Google search.